Hi, my name is Edwin and I'm an 8th grader at St. Barnabas.
And I am Edwin's sister, Emily, also in the 6th grade at St. Barnabas.
Emily and I were campers at Lace Up and Learn Up summer camp, and we now participate in PYB's Learning Pods. We are so excited to learn with friends while our classes are virtual.
On behalf of the young people at PYB, welcome to the 2020 Virtual Game Time Gala. Thank you for joining us tonight and supporting PYB.
To get us started, here are the voices of your 76ers and tonight's MC, Mark Zumoff.
Thank you, Edwin and Emily, and welcome everyone to Philadelphia Youth Basketball's second annual Game Time Gala. I'm Mark Zumoff, and I am honored to be your MC for the evening. Thank you so much for joining us. We have an inspiring evening planned for you tonight, and we hope that you will stay with us throughout this hour-long program. As we hear from voices across our PYB family, we'll be celebrating all of the great work that you enable us to do through your support. Also, we are eager to share a very special announcement about a game-changing development for PYB and thousands of young people and families. Now, there are two ways that you can continue to show your support throughout the evening. Both of these ways are accessible through our event site, which you can see on the screen. The first way to support is to make a gift by simply clicking on the donate button at any time during this program. Across the bottom of the screen tonight, you will see different opportunities that you can provide our young people through your generosity. The second way is by bidding on auction items, which you can access by scrolling down on the QTGO page. Additional instructions for the auction are provided in your digital program, and bids will be accepted up to the end of tonight's program. There are some wonderful items available for you, so be sure to take a look. As always, we thank you in advance for your kindness and your support. Before we get started, we would like to take a moment to acknowledge and remember two very special members of our PYB family that we lost over the past year. PYB coach, mentor, educator, active community member Joe Daniels, and basketball icon, adoring father, celebrated author, filmmaker, and Philadelphia native, Kobe Bryant. In December 2019, our beloved coach mentor, Joe Daniels, was tragically murdered in North Philadelphia. Big Joe was a wonderful man and devoted single father who was a terrific role model for his son Zaire and many other young people in our program at both the Kenderton School and KIPP Philadelphia Preparatory Academy. Joe is a community leader in his North Philadelphia neighborhood, serving as a paraprofessional at the Kenderton School, a site leader and coach for PYB's middle school partnership program, and to further support his family, a rideshare driver. Sadly, and without provocation, Joe was senselessly gunned down and robbed at Ridge Avenue and Oxford Street after dropping off a passenger on December 7, 2019. We miss him dearly every day. Last January, the entire world froze as we learned of the tragic passing of NBA legend Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gianna, and 7 other passengers on board a helicopter that crashed outside of Los Angeles. Kobe and PYB shared a common passion for youth development, determined to help young people discover their best selves. In March 2019, Kobe surprised our student athletes with a visit to MSPP Partner School, Andrew Hamilton Elementary. He shared a live reading session of his book, The Wizenard Series, Training Camp, with a small group of students before joining the entire school for an assembly later in the day. I experienced that day firsthand and will remember forever Kobe's authentic connection with the PYB student athletes. Kobe was a high school teammate and incredibly close friend of PYB co-founder and current board member Doug Young, and our relationship with Kobe was growing by leaps and bounds. He had a lasting impact on the student athletes he met that day, and was sadly taken from his family and the world too soon. And now to get our evening started, I am pleased to introduce Michael Heller, Executive Chairman and CEO of Cozen O'Connor, and one of our amazing co-chairs for this year's Game Time Gala. Michael?
Thanks, Mark, and good evening, everyone. As Mark said, I'm Michael Heller, and I'm honored to serve as co-chair for Philadelphia Youth Basketball's Game Time Gala alongside my wife, Lauren, Tracy and Tom Gravina, and Joyce and Mike Hagan. On behalf of all of us, I extend our gratitude to each and every one of you for joining us tonight. Of course, we would all like to be together in person, but for your safety and ours, here we are. A big thank you goes out to our stellar host committee. Your committed service has inspired our generous sponsors to support us this evening, and every single one has stayed on board when we made the decision to go virtual. It is a testament to the great philanthropic spirit throughout our city and region. Thank you for joining my family, the Gravinas and the Hagans, in believing in this organization, its mission, and its substantial impact in the lives of deserving kids and families in our city. Throughout the evening, you will hear from voices across the PYB community illustrating the inspiring work of our organization. Make no mistake, PYB is not a basketball organization. Rather, we blend basketball with engaging academic modules, healthy meals, and leadership development opportunities to help young people find voice, value, and visibility as they navigate the formative years of their lives. We are an innovative youth development and community empowerment organization built of, by, for, and with the community, an approach that allows us to maximize our impact through the work we do. I'm deeply connected to this organization. I've been involved since day one, when Kenny Holzman and some of PYB's founders came to see me in the summer of 2015. PYB immediately put together a year-round program for deserving Philadelphia kids in grades 4 through 8. I'm proud to say that Cozen O'Connor, the law firm which I'm so honored to lead, has sponsored a week of the Collegiate Summer Camp Series since 2016. With the exception of this past year, a group of Cozen attorneys and I spend an afternoon connecting with young people at PYB's camps, playing full court refereed games and talking casually over water ice with PYB's coach mentors and kids. This outing has become a highlight for me and an opportunity that we look forward to every year. We have meaningful conversations about life, leadership, healthy learning habits, and of course, hoops. Each year, my affection grows for this tremendous organization, and I'm hopeful that yours will too by the end of the evening. You will hear from Tom and Mike later in the evening, and I encourage you to stay with us through the end of the program for some exciting news regarding our new home, the Allen Horowitz Six-Man Center, powered and operated by PYB. Believe me when I say that we are building something really special here at PYB, and we're thrilled you're with us tonight and into the future. Thank you for your generosity tonight, and I hope this evening's program is as special for you as it is for us. Now let's learn a little bit more about what PYB is all about.
Hi, I'm Maurice Montgomery and a senior at Constitution High School. My teammates and I participate in PYB's High School Learning Pod at LEM Capital. We are grateful to have this opportunity with PYB, but recognize that many young people in Philly face a number of challenges that hinder them from becoming their best selves. 1/3 of students from Philadelphia will drop out before receiving a high school diploma. 66% of students living in poverty will experience higher than average summer learning loss, which has only gotten worse during the pandemic. 75% of Philadelphia residents do not have a bachelor's degree. With a poverty rate of 23.3% in 2019, Philadelphia is labeled with the distinction of being the poorest big city in America. Philadelphia homicide rate is second highest in the country in 2020.
At Philadelphia Youth Basketball, we recognize these needs in our community and exist to explicitly address them. PYB is an innovative, equity-driven youth development and community empowerment organization. We use the iconic and cultural connections of basketball to empower a vast number of deserving young people to overcome very real barriers so they can become their best selves as students, positive leaders, athletes, and members of their community. We have spent the past 5+ years developing a robust program suite that serves more than 800 kids annually, including the Middle School Partnership Program is a 20-week after-school and weekend program operated through partnerships with underserved Title I public middle schools in North and West Philadelphia. The program blends basketball skill building and gameplay, an innovative academic curriculum that uses our homegrown sports and society modules to stimulate critical thinking, civic dialogue, writing and verbal expression, healthy meals and nutrition information, and leadership development. The Collegiate Summer Camp Series is a series of week-long camps hosted on the campuses of Philadelphia's premier colleges and universities that provides hundreds of young people throughout the Philadelphia region with a dynamic experience. Each camp day includes basketball skill development and gameplay, an hour of academic enrichment, positive coaching and mentorship, and a healthy breakfast and lunch with nutrition information. Since an overwhelming majority of participants come from low-income families and under-resourced communities, PYB offers scholarships based on household income. Hoopers is an inclusive, female-based initiative with the goal to empower young girls by providing a safe space to partake in sports and off-court resources to address the opportunities and challenges that female student athletes face. The program is designed and delivered by skilled female coaches and mentors, creating high-quality opportunities for middle school and high school age girls throughout the blending of basketball skill building and gameplay, academic enrichment, and personal and leadership development. I Am Because We Are is a program for older youth who have found their way into street life and need positive reasons to invest in their own learning and development. The program blends workshop focused on social, emotional, and leadership development with on-court gameplay and skill building to foster meaningful relationships amongst peers and mentors. The Leadership Development Academy, executed in partnership with the Minolti Leadership Program of the Wharton School of Business at the University of Pennsylvania, supports the development of high-potential, emerging leaders who are closely connected to PYB and come from similar communities and circumstances as the kids with whom we work. This experience is designed to deepen and broaden the leadership knowledge, dispositions, and skills of participants by placing an emphasis on building a community that models peer support, vulnerability, risk-taking, and the intellectual and emotional engagement required to develop leaders.
My name is Jaron Garner. I'm originally from New Jersey. I played collegiate basketball at the University of Virginia for 3 years, and I finished my career at St. Joseph's University right on City Line here in Philadelphia. I've been with PYB for about a little bit over a year and a half now. My first program was with the Middle School Partnership Program, where I met these two guys right next to me, and they're going to introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Andrew Lynn, and I attend to Andrew Hamilton School, and I am in 7th grade.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kaheem Ginger, and I'm in 7th grade, and I go to Andrew Hamilton School.
I want to thank these guys for joining me today. We're going to talk a little bit about what MSPP is and what it meant to us. I know for me, MSPP was a way for me to give back to my community and to get involved with the youth that are around Philadelphia. I had a lot of fun being able to go to their school, see them right after school with all this energy. We got to practice, and my favorite part was on the weekends, on Saturdays, when we went to Central High School and we got to play some games. So what about you, Kaheem? What was your best part about MSPP?
I like the practices, the games on Saturday, and the breakfast. The games, I could go against my friends from different neighborhoods and schools, and that's pretty much it.
What I liked about MSPP is how we got better every day and played against other teams from different schools every Saturday, and I liked how the coaches taught us how to be better every day.
So early on in the spring, we were hit with the pandemic and schools were closed, leaving us to not be able to go in person for the MSPP program. So what was that like for you guys?
It was hard for me, but it was a little bit better for me as well because I stayed in contact with my coaches.
Yeah, so it was kind of hard for me because I can't play basketball anymore, can't go outside. But lucky my coach right here, she used to do Zoom online, trying to get our body right, like work out and stuff. And like the articles that she sent us, I liked it that too because I finished all of it like quick. That's pretty much it.
As fun as it was to work out online, a part of the stay-at-home program, these guys were interested on hitting the court in person. Thankfully, PYB put together a program at the Armory called Lace Up and Learn Up. It was a summer camp that I was able to transport these guys to. What did you guys think about the program?
What I liked about Lace Up and Learn Up was how we got to do a lot of stuff that we didn't get the chance to do because of COVID, and it felt a little bit like school. How we used to read the articles, we got to learn a lot, and got to meet more people and do a lot of more fun stuff and just like school.
These guys were also a part of the learning pods. You guys want to tell them a little bit about that?
What I really liked about the learning pods was how I always got up in the morning and they took us right to the armory where we did a lot of basketball and like schoolwork. And I liked the fact that how the coaches used to help us with our schoolwork, and I got like a lot more done. And after that, we got a little bit of free time on our breaks and did basketball, and I got better as well during that time.
Alright, so I really liked about the learning pods is that you like get like free rides every day because I can't make it every day if I ain't getting no free ride. And I liked how we could do our schoolwork too, and every
Hi, my name is
Coach for PYB's Middle School Partnership Program.
Wish I didn't have to see your face again. I wish I could, but I can't. I wish I could just say no. Wish I knew how to tell you what I want. I wish I could, but I can't. It's been killing me. Oh, it's been killing me. If only I could go back, only I had known that you would break me down, down, down. If only it were easy to hurt you like you hurt me, maybe we wouldn't be here right now.
Ones we have here. These guys have grown to be like my little brothers, and without PYB, I wouldn't have them.
Thank you, Coach Jay, for bringing us here to talk a little bit about PYB.
back to you, Mark.
Thanks, Jaron, Kahim, and Andrew. The relationship between our young people and coach mentors is fundamental to the work we do, and we appreciate you guys giving us a small glimpse of what that looks like. Now, let's check out a few of the slam dunk auction items we have available for you tonight. Remember, you can join the auction at the link on the screen.
Item number 123 this evening is a John Starks signed jersey and a foursome of golf with the former Knicks legend himself. The exquisite Applebrook Golf Club in Malvern, Pennsylvania is a world-class private course that is consistently ranked by Golf Digest as one of the best in the state. So get in on the action now. Bidding for this item begins at $450. Craving some warm weather during these winter months? Then item number 124 is for you. Enjoy a golf foursome with Miami Heat legend Alonzo Mourning at the prestigious Turnberry Isle Country Club in South Florida. Located in Aventura, Turnberry Isle offers 2 championship courses that will make you want to add a night to your stay for another round the next morning. Bidding for this item begins at $350. Item number 135 offers a stay in the city that never sleeps at the Knickerbocker, the first luxury hotel in Times Square. This legendary New York landmark offers an unmatched experience with luxe guest rooms, fine dining, and easy access to the best of New York City, all in the heart of Broadway. Bidding on this item begins at $300. If you love college hoops, then check out item number 134 tonight. This package includes 4 courtside seats at the Wells Fargo Center to watch national powerhouse Villanova during the 2021-22 men's college basketball season. If you have a Wildcat in your family, place your highest offer today to put a smile on their face. Bidding for this item begins at $2,500. How about courtside seats for your Philadelphia 76ers? Item number 133 provides just that, for you and a guest to sit alongside the sixth man himself, Alan Horwitz, at an upcoming game in the 2021-22 season. You will also receive sixth man gear to rock at the game and grab a pregame bite with Alan at his favorite pizza spot, Angelo's Pizza in South Philly. Bidding for this item begins at $5,000.
Next up, we have a conversation featuring one of our co-chairs, Thomas Gravina, and PYB CEO and my friend Kenny Holtzman. Thomas, the chairman and co-founder of Evolve IP, sat down with Kenny to dig a little deeper into PYB, its mission and leadership in the face of the pandemic. Gentlemen, take it away.
Kenny, good morning. I hope all is well. I know that you're on the eve of a big event, your annual fundraiser that's been kind of delayed and postponed and now set in an unusual way from a perspective of everybody doing it virtually. So, but I know it's going to be a big success, and I know that you put a lot of time and energy along with your whole team to making it a success. And this organization it's like one of the best, most well-run nonprofits that I've ever come across. It is remarkably well organized, and the people have an extraordinary sense of commitment to it that, frankly, that you really just don't see very often in any organization, let alone in nonprofits.
Thanks, Tom. When we met, I knew from the get-go that one of the things that was really important to you is giving a large number of kids a legitimate shot, a shot that regardless of their circumstances, regardless of the starting line, that kids would have the ability to self-determine. And what I mean by that is that, the ability to set goals and to achieve them and to grow academically and athletically and as leaders.
To be honest with you, I think that there's been inequities in the world since the beginning of civilization. I don't think that anybody is going to be able to wave a magic wand and change them. I don't know whether they're worse today or they're better today. But I do know this, is that everybody can make choices to pursue what course of life they want to live. And it doesn't matter where the starting line is. And that's one of the things I really want to emphasize to any young kid watching this or listening to this or being part of PYB in any way, shape, or form, is seek people who want to help you and follow their guidance and leadership. And don't let anybody tell you or make you think that circumstances in life are going to dictate where you end up in your lives.
We were at a crossroads back in March of seeing the pandemic understanding that a lot of kids were going to have it really tough with the quarantine, with family members in their household that were going to go to work, be on the front lines, be exposed to COVID. And we didn't think that just a virtual learning program was going to be good enough. So we figured out, with the help of your friends, Michael Foreman and others at the Fiddler Club, how to repurpose and reposition our work so we could get back in front of kids doing in-person programming. And we did that at the 23rd Street Armory, and giving kids the ability to reconnect with peers, with coach mentors, at a time of real anxiety was important to us. We pushed forward with the architectural renderings of the center, all of the entitlements and the zoning and everything to position us to be even more relevant and more powerful. So in some ways, I think the pandemic was for us like a gut check. It was a real moment of testing our mettle, our character, and our chops as to were we going to kind of just stand still or continue to push through the pandemic in ways that we felt we would be stronger on the other side. And that's what I think we've done.
Well, listen, I think you're 100% correct. I think it's a great example of not letting circumstances dictate the future. It would have been very easy for you guys to just say, we're not going to do a gala. We're only going to do a gala to a certain degree. It won't, we're just going to try and raise money and not engage people. And obviously you had a lot of people concerned about getting 500, 600 people in a room together, during a pandemic that, the world hasn't seen in a long, long time. And at the end of the day, you pivoted and you adjusted and you adapted and you made choices. And those choices were positive choices to figure out ways to make something good happen for the organization during difficult and challenging times. There's a lot of organizations in and around Philadelphia, obviously all throughout the country, doing philanthropic and charitable and nonprofit work, and all of them do great stuff. But I got to tell you, PYB, there's a uniqueness to it. There's a relentlessness to it. There's a passion to it. And there's a commitment that you sense when you talk to anybody that is associated with it.
As Kenny said, PYB had a choice to make when the pandemic hit last March. Let's learn more about how the program team met that challenge head on.
How do we help young people build positive relationships with school and learning, with peers and adults, with their communities and their view of their own trajectory and potential in this world? I think that basketball is a really powerful medium to do something positive in the middle of a really hot, intense time in our city and in our country. There's been any number of organizations that have attempted to come up with the secret sauce. And for us, that's a pretty holistic answer. We think young people really need to become their best selves as students, as athletes, as leaders, as members of this community.
How's your day?
It's good.
Good?
Yeah.
All right. Just make sure you come in, sanitize your feet and hands.
All right.
I don't describe us as a youth basketball program. We are a youth development and a community empowerment program.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Parthiv Shah, the newly appointed Chief Operating Officer and former Chair of the Board Program Committee. And I'm here today with Randy Butler, one of our program managers, who's been with PYB for a little bit over 3 years and was a recent participant in our new Leadership Development Academy. 2020 was a challenging year for all of us, PYB included. And it really put the organization into a stretch mode where we were thinking of new and different ways where we could serve the participants that we wanted to stay connected to. When school programs were shut down earlier this spring, PYB knew it had to pivot. And we were thinking of new and different ways to make sure that the participants and coach mentors could stay connected. Randy, can you tell us a little bit about some of the pivots that PYB made and how we approached the year?
Yeah, you know, Parthiv, the pandemic was scary for all of us on so many different levels, and especially for our young people. So we began contingency planning immediately because we knew that our young people were going to need us now more than ever. And we asked ourselves, how can we pivot to keep programming going? At the time, the safest and most natural thing for us to do was to go virtual. Our team started developing the stay-at-home tournament, which was an adapted version of our in-person programming. And the main emphasis was to make sure that our young people had their consistent and constant coach mentors in their lives, especially when everything around them was so ever-changing. The stay-at-home tournament allowed PYB coach mentors and our young people to stay connected through Zoom calls, through FaceTimes, through emails, whatever they had available to them. As we created a variety of activities like reflection essay writing, TikTok dance challenges, basketball and agility workouts, and discussions on our sport and society. But at the end of the day, what was most important to us was making sure that our young people and our coach mentors stayed connecting and continued to build those positive relationships that they had formed all those months before. It also gave us a chance to test run what programming would look like for the summer and fall because, you know, we kept learning that this COVID was not going away anytime soon and that it'd be here for a while.
Thanks, Randy. One thing you'll hear kind of repeatedly as we talk today is this kind of emphasis on the coach-participant relationship. We knew that the mentor-mentee relationship that had been developed in the middle school program, in our summer camps, was so core to what PYB stands for. And PYB invests heavily in both recruiting and developing the coach mentors that it brings on staff. And we really wanted to find ways to keep that relationship alive. The other thing that we realized early on was that virtual learning just didn't work for all people. We know that especially for the participants that PYB serves, there was going to be a disproportionate impact on them and that we had to find ways to make sure that they continued engaging with the people that they knew and trust and that they were able to continue learning in a range of environments. The other thing we knew that, especially with the summer approaching and the summer slide on the horizon where young people can lose up to 3 months of what they've learned in the past year, that we really needed to make sure that we had something engaging and we had programming for those young people in the summer. Randy, can you talk a little bit about this beautiful space we're standing in right now and some of the partnerships that we developed to make that happen?
Yeah, so when we were given the green light to go, we were so fortunate to partner with the Fittler Club and our friends at the 23rd Street Armory to hold 4 weeks of our in-person summer camp, which we called our Lace Up and Learn Up Summer Camp series. So we put together a huge COVID-19 plan with all of the protocols in place, from reduced enrollment to ensure social distancing, daily temperature checks, health screening, mask wearing, and we even got it approved by the City Health Department. The Armory is this great, expansive indoor-outdoor space where we created 2 courts on their drill floor, and we used the upstairs space for our classroom work. And of course, for those who were not comfortable with being in person, we created an option for them to do a virtual summer camp to make sure that families had an optionality or they did what felt and was most comfortable for them. In total, we were able to serve more than 80 young people, and that is something that we are very, very proud of. When we heard that the school district would remain virtual for the fall, we extended our time with the Armory and the Fittler Club, and we launched our Learning Pod programs, which our Learning Pods help create a quiet and safe space for our young people to come and partake in their virtual school learning with the supervision and the support from their PYB coach mentors. When they are on a break or after school, they are able to shoot some hoops and safely interact with one another and their coaches. And as you can imagine, Parthiv, after a socially distant summer, our young people are craving interactions with their peers and coaches now more than ever. We are determined to provide just that in a safe and smart way for as long as we're permitted to do so.
Thanks, Randy. We'll continue to pivot as the pandemic continues to shift to make sure that our coach mentors and participants stay connected. We need your support now more than ever, and to make sure that our programming can continue both into the spring and in the summer. Let's hear from Zaire Daniels, one of our PYB participants, to hear how we're doing tonight on the fundraising.
Hi, my name is Zaire Daniels. Let's take a look at our progress tonight while I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm in 6th grade at KIPP Academy, and I've been doing PYB for 5 years. My favorite thing about PYB is the coaches. Over the past few months, I've been in PYB learning pods, which has helped me focus on my classes on the computer. I also love being able to play basketball with my friends during breaks. On behalf of my teammates at PYB, thank you so much for all your support.
Wow. What an amazing night so far. Your support, it's been tremendous. We are so close to our goal of $750,000, but we need your help to get there. Please consider making a gift or bidding on an auction item at the link on this screen. Now, we're going to switch gears on you a little bit. You've heard mentioned throughout the evening some exciting news regarding our future center. Well, you will not want to miss what we have coming up. To tip off this part of the program, here is a student athlete, Jacob Beckles. Jacob?
My name is Jacob Beckles. I'm a junior at Constitution High School. I'm pleased to introduce you to Kenny Holzman and Coach Bill Ellerby to tell you a little bit more about our center.
I'm Kenny Holzman. I am one of 5 co-founders of Philadelphia Youth Basketball, and I also serve as its CEO. 5 years ago and change, a group of us envisioned the creation of a transformative program, organization, and center. One of those people was the legendary coach Bill Ellerby, who I'm here with today. After 5 years, we've put in a lot of work, and the dream of building a center as a safe haven and as a second home for young people is upon us. It's taken a lot of hard work and a lot of serious-minded, committed leaders, and it's a real great privilege and honor for me to be standing here with Coach Bill Ellerby.
I had my doubts at first, which Kenny will tell you, but I am fully on board with what's been going on with PYB in his last 5 years, and I just have to take my hat off to Kenny and the group of people that he's organized. They've done a tremendous job, and it's so they do such a great job. I'm almost humble in their presence.
So we are going to build a center that's about 6 blocks away from where you spent probably 4/5 of your career. We are building on Wissahickon Avenue, not far from Simon Gratz High School. You taught there, you coached there. A lot of your soul is in that building and in that neighborhood. So what are some of the things that you believe are really important for us to have a big, grand, comprehensive youth development and community empowerment center for thousands of kids?
Well, like you mentioned before, you said it would be a safe haven. I think the community will develop some pride. The young people who will attend will have the safe haven. They'll also be able to go and, they'll be able to get academic enrichment, coaching, counseling, mentorship, all those things. So, I look at some of the things that went on at the recreation center that I worked at for many years, and all the things that happened there will happen at this center as well, and more. It's important for the community. Like I said, the pride in the community. It's also going to create some job opportunities, and it's just it's something that's needed. When I think about being at Gratz all those years and everything, the boys club was pretty much the only place that the young people could go to. Bringing this community center into the neighborhood is going to be a boon to the neighborhood. So I can't wait.
So, Coach, one of the things that I find to be fundamentally important is the ability to create the kind of norms and the culture and climate, and really the coaches and mentors. And who is it that we are putting deeply into the lives of young people? And at this center, we're going to have the ability with 50, 75, 100 really caring adults, some of whom are your former student athletes, to really connect them deeply with young people. And I don't just mean as players. I mean off court, the counseling, the academic, social, intellectual development. And it seems to me that the secret sauce of what it is that we're doing is that relationship between young person and coach mentor. And that becomes fundamental to the way that we work with kids.
Yeah, I think it's very important as well. I mean, the team that you put together for the young people, the coaches and the mentors, the counselors. I mean, I've seen the relationship that they've had with these young people, and it's you just can't. It's just a tremendous thing. I just can't. Sometimes I'm speechless about it because I see it.
Right now in our city, we are at the very end of 2020, about to approach 500 gun-related incidents, some of which have led to death. They've been murders, and many of which have involved young people, where young people are either the victims or the perpetrators. One of those young people, Ross Carter, was a Simon Gratz high school basketball player. When we talk about the game and positive coaches and mentors and apprenticeship opportunities to develop career skills, I think at least that we are providing a very viable alternative for young people where they can choose to invest in themselves and get on the rails, or they can opt for something less productive like street life. What do you think about this moment in time? We're on the heels of the pandemic, of a lot of egregious racism, of record-setting gun violence in our city. Why now for our center is it especially potent and needed?
Well, you have to give young people options. You have to give them opportunities. You have to give them a sense of belonging, which you spoke about earlier, and they have to belong to something. Giving them a place to go and to be involved with other young people, teams, coaches, it'll keep them away from those negative aspects of growing up in the big city.
Thank you, Coach Ellerby, for your insights, your friendship, and your leadership over the last 5.5 years. We don't get to this point in our development as an organization without people with your kind of credibility and commitment. Thanks, Coach L. We are incredibly excited for the opportunities that our Youth Development and Community Empowerment Center is going to present for thousands of young people for the next century.
Let's take a closer look to what we have in store.
Here it is, the Alan Horowitz Six-Man Center, powered and operated by Philadelphia Youth Basketball. Located in the Nicetown neighborhood of North Philadelphia, this 100,000 square foot world-class facility will be a second home for thousands of young people and a resource for the community, transforming lives for decades to come. The center will provide everything that PYB believes young people need to thrive academically and intellectually, socially and emotionally, and civically and vocationally, including 5 flexible classrooms and a youth leadership and multimedia lab that will provide ample space for programming, schoolwork, and projects. There will be a wellness oasis to promote mental and physical healing through counseling, yoga and meditation, strength and conditioning, physical therapy, and more. A civic engagement and dialogue arena will create a setting for inspiring community discussions to take place year-round. A healthy food commissary will nourish bodies and minds as both a dining spot and gathering place. A certified financial planning and financial literacy workshop will provide financial access and knowledge to young people and community members alike. And yes, the Six-Man Center will feature 7 indoor basketball courts for clinics, training, and gameplay, including a stadium court to host youth and scholastic games and tournaments, as well as community events like concerts, esports, and notable speakers. And to pay homage to the rich basketball tradition of our great city, a Philadelphia Basketball Hall of Fame will be established to honor some of the many great players, coaches, teams, and moments from high school, college, and professional basketball in our city and region. Young people will have opportunities for apprenticeships and paying jobs throughout the center to ensure that they come of age as engaged students, rigorous athletes, positive leaders, and productive citizens. The Alan Horowitz Six-Man Center, as with everything PYB does, is being built of, by, for, and with the community. We invite you to join us. Let's hear from some of those community members right now.
Hi, my name is Paige Davenport. I'm a current senior at Temple University studying sport recreation management, and I'm also was a former PYB summer intern. During my internship with PYB, I had a very meaningful experience, and I learned a great deal. I was also able to help get the book campaign off the ground. I am also part of the sports sorority. My sorority plans to support PYB and myself by raising money to buy a brick for the Future Center. I am PYB.
My name is BK Katari, and since the 3rd grade, I've been a part of Philly basketball, playing for some of the city's favorites, such as Philly Pride, Triple Threat, and my high school friend Central. Although this interaction started off with my desire to become a better player, it opened my eyes to an entirely different world, just miles from my home, where some of my closest teammates were deprived of the support that I had in my life, and this felt very unfair.
Hi, I'm BK's dad, Bob Katari. I live and work in Philadelphia, and I'm a proud member of the PYB board. The issues that BK saw became an opportunity to actually help kids when Dave Felsen called to get involved with PYB. We are grateful for that call, and we are all in on PYB. We have the honor of making a capital pledge to the new state-of-the-art center.
I'm Amy Katari. Family is not just about our kids, it's about making a difference for all kids. So please join us. We are PYB.
Hey everyone, it's Leonard Stewart here, former standout basketball player in the area, high school, Simon Gratz, Temple University, and internationally. Played a little bit of basketball, I guess you could say. I wanted to just make 2 quick points to everybody. I know we're in a different time and different situation where normally we'll be able to meet up and socialize and stuff like that, but I really wanted to just make 2 points about the PYB basketball facility that's coming soon. First, as the head coach of Simon Gratz and a representative of that community, I wanted to make sure I give my commitment and my pledge to donate a brick to be a part of the facility's foundation. You know, often enough, the little things do matter. And I think it's a wonderful idea to be able to get a lot of people involved. It ain't always about who has the big money, but anybody from the community can kind of get involved in this facility's foundation. So I really wanted to give our pledge and make sure we show our appreciation to you guys over there. Secondly, I wanted to make a strong point about the facility, about it being a cornerstone for youth academically and athletically. Those guys over at PYB, they've been doing a great job for many years now. And for them to have somewhere to house their programs and stuff like that, I think it's going to be such a pillar for us, especially for me as a coach and always being involved with these youth. I recently lost a player in the area to gun violence. And I often say, we need facilities and activities for these kids to be involved in. And I know this is what PYB is seeing and envisioning. So those are 2 points I wanted to make. Hopefully this turns out well for everybody, and I appreciate it.
Good evening, everyone. It's an extreme honor and a pleasure for me to be here. My name is Dr. Keith Leapart. I am honored to be a founding board member of Philadelphia Youth Basketball, and really excited for Kenny and the team that we've gotten to this point. As one of the early founding board members, but also one of the original funders on behalf of the Lymph Fest Foundation. We jumped in early on when Kenny and team brought us the vision around creating a center that had the ability to impact youth, all throughout the city. And in all honesty, we were betting on the jockey, not necessarily the horse. We knew Kenny had a track record of building and serving young people here in our city with Arthur Ashe, but also the opportunity was a lot bigger considering the draw of basketball here in Philadelphia. And it was something that, any kid could pick up. It's very easy, of course, to get a basketball. You don't need to have all your own equipment. You can find a court. And when you add in the robust programming that Kenny was talking about, I fell in love. Because personally, although I'm 6'4" and think I'm in relatively good shape, I was never the best athlete, but knew that I've seen lots of my friends take the experiences through basketball. Some of them have gone professional, but others have turned that into other careers in professional services. And so when Kenny and I talked about the opportunity to build this center around youth development and making sure that, kids understood math and the analytics around that is emerging in the sports world, it was exciting to see. I am super, super excited that we're at the point that we're actually, not only taking it from a programmatic perspective, which we've been supporting over the last 5 or 6 years now, to building up this center that has become even more critical. And our board at the Lymph Fest Foundation, reflected that it's even more important for a center like this to happen now in times of COVID. I mean, I think we've all seen the increase in violence in the city, and we know that there's a direct correlation with the importance of having places for young people to go, the impact that recreation centers have been closed down throughout COVID. Schools have been closed down, and caring adults have, that were present in these spaces were not as prevalent, and hence the uptick in violence. And so, I know that this will be more than just a center, a great place for people to play basketball and kids to congregate. This will be a community. This will be a place for mentorships and relationships to develop. And I'm excited about the future, and thank everyone who has supported this early vision of Kenny's, and now it's coming to fruition. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Good evening to the many leaders, supporters, coach mentors, children, and families of Philadelphia youth basketball on your biggest night of the year, the PYB Game Time Gala. I'm State Senator Vincent Hughes, and it is my great pleasure to consider myself a part of the PYB family. I'm delighted with the growth, impact, and conviction of PYB, both as a proud Philadelphian and the state senator in whose district your future youth basketball education and community empowerment center will be located. What I find most compelling about PYB is the way in which the programming inspires young people to learn and develop, not just athletically, but academically and intellectually, socially and emotionally, and civically as positive community members and leaders. Surely I love the game of basketball and its place in the fabric of Philadelphia's neighborhoods. However, PYB, after 5.5 years, is proving itself to be relevant to helping kids chart a positive pathway to success in life. Several weeks ago, I had the opportunity to take a virtual tour of the Future Center. I was blown away by how comprehensive and well thought out it is, with so many program elements that are essential to the success of children, youth, and families, especially those from lower income communities of color. The power and promise of the center and the passion and diversity of its leaders inspired me to advocate in Harrisburg for funding support through the Commonwealth's Redevelopment Assistance Capital Program to help make the PYB's dream of a center into a reality. On December 23, 2020, I was pleased to report that $1 million has been awarded to this amazing endeavor. I look forward to standing with you in person, not virtually, later this year when we put a shovel in the ground to begin construction, and 1 year later when we open the doors to thousands of deserving kids for the next 100 years. Stay well, stay safe, and stay positive.
Thank you, Paige, Leonard, Keith, the Cathari family, and State Senator Vincent Hughes for your leadership, your inspiration, and your participation in our capital campaign. It is a great honor for me to introduce our friend and the namesake of our future center, Alan Horowitz.
I'm Alan Horowitz. I am inspired by the vision, commitment, and passion of PYB, and it is an honor for me to be able to participate to help make dreams become a reality, especially for thousands of kids who deserve a shot to achieve academically, athletically, as leaders, and in life. I've pledged $5 million to help build the most extraordinary and impactful youth basketball education and community endowment center of anywhere in the country, right here in Philadelphia. Our center will uplift thousands of kids and families from throughout our city and region, as well as to be successful in life. For me, my involvement with PYB is not simply about writing a check. I will be visiting the Six-Man Center often to spend time with kids, families, and coach mentors. So will many of my friends and my family. Oh yeah, I'm a homegrown Philadelphia kid right here. I went to Overbrook High School, which has a rich basketball tradition. I was a few years behind some of the great Overbrook High School basketball legends, like Wilt Chamberlain and Wally Jones, and Coach Sam Cozen. Oh yeah, go Overbrook, go Wilt Chamberlain, go Sixers. Philadelphia is known as the city of brotherly love. We need to do more and be more caring to one another, especially kids facing real struggles. Oh yeah, yeah. I am inspired by the coach mentors of PYB, who show amazing love to the young people whom they are investing in throughout the year. 50 years ago, I built campus apartments right here in West Philly. Our company has always been headquartered in Philly, even as we have become one of the largest providers of student housing across the country through the leadership of my partner and son, David Adelman. Through campus apartments, we have been a proud supporter of Philadelphia youth basketball, almost since its inception over 5 years ago. Oh yeah, yeah! Philly is known for its grit and its no-quit attitude. I'm proud to join PYB, an organization which is working tirelessly every day to create opportunities for kids across the city. Our center will generate opportunities for thousands of Philly kids to thrive. Oh yeah, yeah. As many of you know, I spend a lot of time in this arena cheering on our home team, the 76ers. I've been a ticket holder for over 50 years. Oh yeah, yeah, go Sixers, go! Go Sixers, go! I look forward to bringing some of my friends like Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris, and TJ McConnell to the Six-Man Center and getting them involved with PYB. Oh yeah. I care deeply about Philadelphia and our youth and the great game of basketball. It will be a tremendous honor to have my name on the center along with so many other caring Philadelphians and friends of our city. I am PYB. Oh yeah, I am PYB.
Thanks so much, Alan, for those kind and inspiring words. Your gift will be transformative for our city, changing the lives of thousands of young people and community members. Your participation means the world to us, and we are sincerely grateful. We are thankful for the major success that PYB has experienced during the pre-launch phase of our capital campaign. Because of the generosity of people like Alan and many others, we have been able to raise $10 million in gifts and pledges to date. This puts us in a prime position to realize that Alan Horowitz, Six-Man Center, powered and operated by Philadelphia Youth Basketball. Right now, you're seeing across your screen the names of individuals, families, corporations, and foundations who have joined the movement thus far. Although this group is robust, we believe in the strength of numbers and know that we can expand this list with your help. There are still a wide variety of ways to participate in our capital campaign. You can buy a brick for $250, $500, or $1,000 to be displayed on the pathway to success leading up to the front doors of our center. You can also purchase a naming right, pledge $25,000 for a mentorship space, or even go bigger with a $250,000 gift for an indoor court, further cementing your legacy in the state-of-the-art facility. Another meaningful way to get involved is by setting up a virtual tour, like the one Mark just took us through, with those in your network. Maybe with your colleagues, place of worship, fitness group, college friends, or maybe even your basketball team. This will help us build out the PYB family even further. To learn more about other customized ways to get involved, please visit our website. In whatever capacity you wish to participate, know that you will be changing the lives of thousands in our city for years to come. Now, let's kick it to PYB alumni Suri Worley to check in on our progress this evening and finish this night out strong.
Hi, PYB family. My name is Suri Worley. After hearing exciting news about our future center, let's take a last look at our progress while I tell you a little bit about myself. I'm in 10th grade at Abington High School, and I'm a PYB student athlete alumni. When I was younger, I participated in the summer camps and hoopers. PYB means so much to me because it gives me a space to learn and grow with my friends and build relationships with my coaches. I'm so grateful for the opportunity PYB has provided because it set me on the path for success going into high school and beyond. Please know that your gifts are having the same impact on hundreds of kids and have followed in my footsteps. On behalf of them, thank you so much for all the support tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, what an inspiring evening we have had. Your support means the world to us and the young people, community members, and volunteers of Philadelphia Youth Basketball. The future is bright as we embark on the construction of the Alan Horowitz Six-Man Center later this year. Please consider making a last-minute gift or bidding on an auction item at this link to add to our unstoppable momentum. To close out the evening, I'll turn things over now to Gala co-chair Mike Hagan. Mike is the managing partner at Hawk Capital and one of St. Joseph's University's most notable alumni. Mike cherishes Philadelphia and has always had a deep desire to uplift young people in our city. Oh, and he's a pretty big basketball fan as well, like the rest of us. As for me, this is where I sign off. It has been a real pleasure to be with you tonight, and I'll see you all soon. In the meantime, have a great evening. Mike, time for you to close us out.
Thanks, Mark. Hi, everyone. I'm Mike Hagan. On behalf of my fellow co-chairs, thank you again for joining us this evening. Tonight has been a truly inspirational evening at a time when we could all use a little more inspiration in the world. I've been a believer in this organization since being introduced a couple of years ago. My visit to the Mary McLeod Bethune School to see PYB's Middle School Partnership Program in action was my first real taste of how PYB uses basketball and off-court discussion modules, using powerful essays from iconic athletes, all facilitated by culturally relatable coach mentors, to uplift the minds, bodies, and spirits of young people during a critical juncture of life. Creating high-value experiences for kids from under-resourced communities is critical. However, these experiences must be relevant and rigorous, holistic and ensuring. PYB is all about creating and delivering opportunities to kids that can help them to overcome their circumstances and transform their lives. PYB has shown true character, shining throughout the pandemic and striving to do more for the young people they serve when schools and extracurricular activities left them isolated and distanced. The vision for the future Alan Horowitz Six-Man Center is indeed ambitious and audacious. But our organization is well positioned to achieve this dream through a leadership team and hundreds of supporters in our community who are dedicated and equipped to make it happen. Please consider making a meaningful gift as we wrap up this evening. Your generosity will make a tangible impact in the lives of thousands of young people across this city for years to come. I'm Mike Hagan, and I am PYB.
My name is Kaheem.
My name is Edwin.
My name is Jaron.
My name is Jacob.
My name is Suri.
My name is Emily.
My name is Andrew, and I am PYB.
I am PYB.
I am PYB.
I am PYB. And
I am
PYB.
We are PYB.
And we are PYB.
We are PYB. We are PYB.
We are PYB.
We are PYB.
We are PYB.